Booksmart is directed by Olivia Wilde in her directional debut and stars Beanie Feldstein and Caitlin Dever as two friends who are about to graduate high school. They've always been at the top of their class, getting A grades and consistently being on par with their assignments and grades, and they're the best. They're model students, and they are known so from the entire faculty and the teachers that they're close with. However, in this time, other students around them have been having a fun life, have been doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and they don't buy any of that. But when a certain revelation comes to surface and they realize that they've kind of wasted high school and not really been able to party a lot and been able to live a more fun life, they decide to have one big bash before the graduation happens the very next day in this insane night where all sorts of stuff happens, all sorts of emotional revelations take place, and I loved it. I love this movie. I like films like this, which can just be very natural and very authentic. Nothing about this film feels fake. Nothing about this film feels like it was scripted. It all feels so on point with things that happen normally in high school. And there are so many little tidbits like that sprinkled throughout it, which I relate to some points of in high school. There are certain experiences that the two characters experience in this movie, that being Molly and Amy, and you can actually sort of see it from their eyes. Like, yeah, that has happened in high school. That has happened at a high school party, in fact, and even in college parties that's happened before. So it's not the most uncommon thing in the world, and I'm glad the film showcases that stuff. This is the second film in the last year and a half to 2 years which has come out like this, the other one being Lady Bird, which also starred Beanie Feldstein, by the way, and that was Greta Gerwig's directional debut. I feel like either Beanie Feldstein is, a good luck charm in that these movies just work as well as they do, or the fact that Greta Gerwig and Olivia Wilde have always just been amazing directors and they've done an amazing job here. But all this is great, but it also has to be credited to the script because it's just so well written. It completely understands its characters. You feel for them. There are points in the film where they're going through something and you feel so bad for them. And the film really highlights that very well. It's only an hour and 45 minutes long and it gets the feelings across to you perfectly. And this was also really amped up by the performances. Both Beanie Feldstein and Caitlin Dever, who, in my opinion, honestly deserve awards. Both of them. In fact, I would go so far as to say I wish they would get Oscar nominated for this. It's amazing what they've been able to pull off here. Every time you think one of them has a more emotional impact towards the audience than the other one does, there's immediately a scene after that which highlights the opposite, and it kind of brings them both on a very balanced level. There's an amazing one-take sequence between the two of them that is frankly one of my favorite scenes of 2019. Also really good in this film is Billie Lourd, Carrie Fisher's daughter. She's phenomenal. She's hilarious in this. She's one of the funniest performances I have seen in a very long time in a film, and I really loved her. One thing I want to talk about, though, which is highlighted in the film as a major plot point, is regarding Amy's character. In the film, it's revealed that a couple of years prior to the events of this film, she came out as a lesbian. And ever since then, she's having a very hard time trying to go somewhere with that. She has this crush on this girl. She doesn't quite know how to express it. She's very nervous. And the film addresses it in this very authentic, natural way. And the reason I want to bring that up Okay, that's never happened before. The reason I want to bring that up is because it's so natural and it's so well done, and you don't often see it in Hollywood films. So I'm really glad that they've actually added in something like that into a film like this. Or films in general. It's like starting to break that stigma of we can't see same-sex couples. It always has to be the man dating the woman or opposites. It's too weird otherwise same-sex. So I'm glad that they're getting rid of that. Why is that happening? I went into this film incredibly blind. I didn't see a single trailer. I just saw the one teaser poster, and I went in without any expectations whatsoever. I'd heard so much from other people who had talked about it, and I just wanted to go in with my own opinions, and I absolutely loved it. I laughed. I wouldn't say I cried, but I definitely felt, like it felt so real. I keep coming back to that particular emotion because that's the strong point of this film. Aside from the performances, the script, the direction, the really amazing editing. There's a few fantastic edits, and it's just really handles extremely well lots of different things. There are like 10,000 things addressed in this film, and it handles all of them without missing a beat. This is one of my favorite movies of the year by far. And yes, it absolutely is as good as some of the other films I've seen like this. And I bring up Lady Bird again because it's not since Lady Bird that a film of this subject has really captivated me so much. This is perfect. This is the kind of film that I like to see, especially since it's just a great picture. Also really great, and they have scene stealing moments here. Both of them are Will Forte and Lisa Kudrow, and they're both terrific here too. I was glad to see them in this, and they were hilarious. There were a few fantastic moments with them. I mean, I could go on, but frankly, I just recommend this film. I hope you guys go check this out immediately. Please go see it when it's released. I believe the early screenings were tonight, so it won't be out until the 24th, but when it does come out, please go see this film. You're gonna absolutely love this. I'm gonna give Booksmart a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of high grades recently, but this honestly deserves it. Which also means that we're in a very good time of cinema right now. So frankly, I don't feel too bad about giving high grades because there's just good movies coming out. Hopefully this trend continues for a while. Lots of reviews dropping this weekend. There's Rocketman tomorrow. Look forward to that. On Sunday evening, Monday morning, you'll get Game of Thrones Season 8. And then during the week, maybe something a little extra. You guys are the best, and as always, please do subscribe. I'll see you guys at the movies.